2016 one-piece to celebrate the new year.
Indeed. Thank you so much. That's Prime Minister John Key. Speaking of what's hot and what looks good, when it comes to the country's best-dressed celebrities, David Hartnell has been calling the shots for decades. His 35th list, it's really 35.
35 years.
35 years, goodness me, is out now in the New Zealand Women's Weekly, and there are a few familiar faces, some of whom are in this very studio. Let's not reveal that yet.
Right.
David Hartnell joins me now. Now, you don't do worst anymore.
I don't
you don't do
worst.
an official worst list.
No, I don't do. They stopped that several years ago. The editor felt that it was not readable, and we didn't want to upset people. People did get upset about it, and then they said, well, what right have you got to do it? And I said, well, just because I simply do it. That's the reason. So now we just do the best dressed list, and it started in the New Zealand Women's Weekly 35 years ago when Jean Wishart was the editor, and it started only as the best dressed list. She didn't want the worst, so it's gone back to its original format, which is good.
Do you know what, about 18 years ago, you won't remember this, but about 18 years ago, you got me mixed up with April Laramia and put me on the worst dressed list when I was supposed to be on the best dressed list.
Did I spell your name right?
You did.
No, that's all right. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. But then you see,
the only reason I knew that you were talking about me was that I got married that year and there was a reference to the bride. But anyway, I've got over that. I'm not upset about it anymore. Let's go through. Do you have any worst that you can just chuck out there?
We'll talk about the best.
Oh,
let's talk about the best.
You're too nice. You're too nice. Let's start with best dressed male then.
Okay. Well, the best dressed male, Paul Henry comes in the list of the 10 best-dressed men. I like his fashion because he doesn't give a stuff about it. He puts it on you, and this is how I am, take it or leave it. And I quite like that. He's built up his own style. So, and when you look at, Di Henwood, I mean, he's a little pixie person, but he dresses, I love his style. It's just, he sort of throws things up in the air, and where it lands, it lands.
The bow ties are wonderful. It's
great.
Nice to see a bow tie.
I used to wear bow ties for years and years and years and years, and I just gave them up, so I'm glad that he's taken up the bow tie. No, he's great. He's a little pixie-esque person. I think he's great.
Some of the other ones, Jessie Mulligan, very
preppy
style.
Yes, and quite classy too. Classy guy. So I quite like his, and also Frankie Stevens, of course. What a voice he's got, and he also he follows through with his clothing. He's never. Fashion really shouldn't be a drum that you beat to from everybody else. You should do your own thing when it comes to fashion. That's the most important thing.
What's your look today? This is
Christmas.
Right,
I
see.
Christmas.
It's very fashion forward, actually, with the vest and the red.
Yep.
Lovely. Let's do the women because we've got a special announcement.
We have indeed. Well, the women across, Samantha Hayes always looks classy. Now, I don't judge them when they're out with the kids at football or when I see them shopping, the shopping centres or rushing in cars on a wet day. I only judge them for what they wear on television or to special red carpet events, because then they get dressed up. This is how they want to be presented. I know that some of these people have stylists.
I was going to say that. Yep. Should we really be applauding people for how good their stylists are?
Yes, because they can say no to a stylist.
Right.
They can say, no, that's not me.
How many of us do?
Well, how many of you do?
Oh, I do, but I'm old and ornery. I bet you do.
I wouldn't wear anything I wasn't comfortable in.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Which brings me to the Supreme Award.
Indeed. Tell us who it is.
I'll tell you who it is. It's this beautiful lady sitting here. Not only is she best newsreader in the country, you can hear every word that she says. She's crisp, clean. I looked at her shoes this morning. She's got nude shoes on. She's got underneath this wonderful top that she's wearing. She's got a lovely black belt, classy, and jeans. Who else can appear on television doing that? I mean, she's a class act. But I bet you thought when you were going to interview Oprah, now what the hell will I wear?
Yes, I know. That was a very, very difficult thing to choose.
But you look fantastic.
I had a lovely stylist, Sarah, who sourced that Kate Sylvester dress, and thank you so much. It's very kind.
Well, I always think that you've got to beat to your own drum when it comes to fashion. Don't go be like a lot of sheep, and this is what you do.
That yellow dress is absolutely
lovely.
Stunning.
Yes.
That's in the magazine, yes?
Yes, that is in the Women's Weekly, out today.
Supreme Man?
Well, that is Max Key, John Key's son. Now, you don't have to be rich and famous to dress well, okay? But he's very sharp with his fashion. He's a young man. He dresses and he thinks of what he's going to wear. And also, I like his style that he's got, his hair, the way he presents himself. It doesn't matter whether he's on a beach in Honolulu or whatever. Interestingly enough, over 35 years, no family has ever appeared on the best and worst dressed list. But John Key and Brona have appeared as the best dressed couple a couple of years ago. His daughter appeared several years ago.
Oh, goodness
and now
me,
his
they're
son,
collecting the gongs.
well, there's only the dog left in the family now, so wait for next year.
All right, bound to be on the list. Thank you so much, David Hartnell, for giving us your lists. And so well deserved.
Oh, that's very kind of David. And thank God he only judges on how I look on air, because truly, if he saw me on the rugby sideline, there's no way I'd be there.
Well, we all look a certain way in our gumboots, don't we? From a life-changing medical